And it's a quick start here at U Tampa for game number 2 of the doubleheader between the Tampa Spartans and Palm Beach Atlantic Sailfish. 1:49 p.m. for the second game of the series. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Taylor Storley. You're watching the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And now in the circle for the Spartans is Mariah Galehouse, ready to go for the brand new ball game. Here's the lineup for Palm Beach, who enter now with an 8-8 record for the second game of the series. Strike one right down the middle. It's Lauren O'Brien leading off, followed by Olivia Zimmerman. Batting in third is Evany Rodriguez. Batting in fourth is Larkin Maceda. Batting in fifth is Zier and Little, the starting pitcher, bats in sixth. Nepvo bats in seventh with Campbell in eighth. Hetmanek in ninth. Sibet is a designated player. 0-2 from Galehouse. And that's going to go 1-2. That's going to be hit to short. DiMartino gets to it a little bit late. I don't know if DiMartino was expecting Russo to get to it. That'll put a leadoff base runner. 1 on and no one out. O'Brien on first. That'll be an error, and Zimmerman's at the plate. Hit to second. There's Reynolds to DiMartino. What a way to recover after an error to form a 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs now in the top of the first. Here comes Rodriguez with the bases empty. Here's the 0-1. That's going to miss down low, 1-1. Hit to first, picked up by Solt, and that'll end the inning. A grounder that led to an error, followed by a grounder that's a double play, and a grounder that's out number 3. Galehouse letting the defense get to work. A solid first inning in the circle. We'll be right back.
His resume, yeah. Coach. Ricky, watch high school head coach. I'm sure he did.
That's going to miss down low. First pitch of the game now from Little in the circle for Palm Beach. It's ball 1. Here's your Tampa starting lineup for game 2 of the series. Lauren Fantone and Lily Keister ready to go. She'll be followed by Kenna Kreidler, Mariah Galehouse, Alexa Russo, Abby Solt, Kate DiMartino, Kate DeSimone, DiMartino, and then Reynolds rounding out the order. Treywick's in right field as a designated player. Fly ball by Fantone, and that is going to drop into the glove of Hetmanek. Great job ranging for the first out of the inning. Keister now at the plate for you, Tampa. She'll take strike one. Keister was active in the earlier game today with 2 hits, scoring twice as a base runner en route to the 10-1 Spartan victory. Let's see what Keister can do this time around. And she'll now level up 1-1 in the count.
So with the JUCOs, they all get another year now?
Good take inside from Keister. Count goes 2-1 now. Fouled back. 2-2, Keister battling in the at-bat. Chopped foul. Little's been a very effective strikeout pitcher this year, leading the Sailfish pitching staff with 20 on the season. Nice breaking ball, misses down low. Hit into left. That's going to drop in foul territory. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball from Little gets a big swing and a miss. And the long battle by Keister comes to an end. 2 away to bring up Kenna Kreidler. Base is empty. Little looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Strike one, hitting the low and outside corner. Tipped foul, 0-2. Goes once again to the very slow breaking ball, but doesn't get a big swing. Still a 1-2 count to Kreidler. Deep fly ball by Kenna Kreidler. That one is gone. A solo shot down the middle. You rarely see that at U Tampa. And Kreidler puts the Spartans on the board. A perfect solo shot. 1-0. U Tampa leads. Her first Spartan home run. What a play by Kreidler. And that is what happens when you guess right on the fastball. Here comes Mariah Galehouse, someone who has had a couple of home runs during her Spartan career. So far, Galehouse had a surprisingly quieter game one before she brought home 2 RBIs. Looking at her performance, her RBIs came on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning and a single in the 4th inning. That one has some height, but not enough distance for another home run. That'll end the inning. Little looked to be going 1-2-3, but Kryler send one all the way to center field to give Tampa a 1-0 lead at the end of the first inning. So it's going to be Palm Beach getting back to the plate. Tampa has a 1-0 lead thanks to the Kenna Kreidler home run. They've had 2 home runs now in the weekend series. Pretty strong stuff for Palm Beach. Ball 1 missing away. Maceda is now up for Palm Beach Atlantic. Maceda is back at the catcher position today. She'll take 1-1. Maceda did start at the designated player position last time, but replaces Schlichty behind home plate as Palm Beach make a couple of changes for the brand new game. That included Little getting the start in the circle. And for Tampa, the only change they've made is moving Galehouse to the circle instead of right field. And she'll get out number 1 in that quick ground out. Galehouse has been stellar this season. An 0.59 ERA, 3 walks, and now a little over 60 innings pitched on the season. Galehouse is one of the best arms in the nation, looking to reach double-digit wins, potentially joining Gwen McGinnis with 10 wins on the season if Tampa can hold on to the win today, or rather, score more runs later on. That'll be the goal for the Spartans as they hold the early lead. 0-2. Strike 3. Right down the middle. The changeup from Galehouse, freezing Shear to bring up the opposing pitcher. Riley Little. Little's improved her average to 303 after that previous performance. 410, 576 slugging percentage still for the season. She'll take inside, and it'll be up to Little to try to generate some run support of her own here in the top of the second. One and one as Little fouls that one away. Took the first pitch for ball 1. Galehouse gets the sign. Just missing down low. So it is 2-1 from Galehouse to Little. Galehouse holding opponents to a measly 204 batting average against her this season. And she's only given up 5 extra base hits, 1 triple and 4 doubles. Little will have to do a lot, try to add a 6th to that list. The 2-2. Hit to left. Fantone makes the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Mariah Galehouse. 3 up, 3 down for Palm Beach Atlantic. just like the previous inning, except there was no error in between. Spartans will have Russo, Solt, and DeSimone due up when we're back on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And we're back at the University of Tampa, a brand new inning getting underway. And it's Alexa Russo leading off for the Spartans. Russo, a quiet 0 for 3 performance in the previous game. But Russo looking for a rebound today. Here's the first pitch from Little. Foul, 0-1. Russo's doing good, however, for the season, batting .275, .293, .449. Leads the Spartans with 21 RBIs this year. Has a sixth of the 120 runs the Spartans have scored in 2025. Left-handed thrower of Little missing the outside part of the plate. Had a very good first inning with a strikeout and 2 outs. But the problem is that the other batter took her deep for a home run. Something you don't always see. As the count goes, 1-2 from Riley Little. That's going to miss. Ball 2 now. High and a little inside. The 2-2. Ball 3 missing away. Solt is on deck. Russo could get aboard with a free pass to start the inning. She only has 2 walks this season, though. And that won't be number 4 just yet. Fouled away. Here comes the payoff pitch one more time for Alexa Russo. Fouled back. Still 3 and still 2 on the count. Three-two, ball 4. And Russo gets her 3rd walk of the season, putting the 33 aboard. That's going to bring up Abby Solt. No one out, 1 aboard. Chance for Tampa to continue the offense. Riley Little with a .317 ERA in the season has been the most reliable starter for Palm Beach Atlantic. Also has one of the 2 complete game shutouts that Palm Beach Atlantic have had. But obviously today, there will not be a complete game shutout for Little, as Tampa's already ended the shutout with that solo home run. Tampa has scored in every single game they've played this year, even in the pretty close 1-0 victories they've had here and there. Although, since their game against Lynn to open the series on Friday, February 21st, Tampa have scored at least 2 in every single game. And since March 1st, they've scored at least 3 in every single game. They might be able to get the runner to third as that takes a hard hop away from Sear. Russo holds up at 3, and that weird bounce puts Solt on for a very interesting double. 2 on, no one out for Kate DeSimone. And Kate DeSimone has been known for some clutch base hits in the early game with runners in scoring position. Last night had a bases clearing triple. Earlier today, a single base clearing triple. Wonder if this will complete the puzzle with 2 aboard. Would put the Spartans up by 3. First pitch from Little against the righty. Strike 1, low but in the zone. DeSimone's average is now at .417. She's also had just 3 RBIs in 12 at-bats. That's a pretty good RBI to at-bat ratio. That's going to get away, but no. Russo will stay put. That took a pretty large bounce to the fence that allowed Maceda to get to it. A wild pitch did bring home a run in the previous game during a DiMartino at-bat. DiMartino is on deck. That's going to miss. 2-1 now. And DeSimone in the driver's seat. Not what you were hoping for if you were Riley Little. Swing and a miss. 2-2. That gets away. Full count for DeSimone. There is a free base to load for DeSimone with DiMartino on deck. But do you really want to give DeSimone the free pass? Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss down to the dirt. That would have been ball 4, but fooled her with a breaking ball. 1 away, 2 aboard. And it'll bring up the Spartan shortstop. It was her error that gave Palm Beach their lone base runner. This would be a great chance to turn it around at the plate. She already, of course, did, helping with that double play. Strike 1, good spot from Little. It's 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. To DiMartino. Hit through to short. They'll have a Spartan runner caught in a rundown. And they do get sold out. And the second out of the inning. But Russo scores from third. It's an RBI on the fielder's choice by DiMartino. Runner at first and 2 away. Now Kenzie Reynolds with 1 on and 2 away. Tampa extends their lead to 2-0. Can Reynolds get aboard to bring the top of the order to the plate? Ball 1 missing down low. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Little's already had a few whiffs today. That time getting it with the fastball up high. 1-2, fouled back. Two and two, fastball drifting away. 2-2 to Reynolds. Tipped backwards, went around at a bad fastball. Good offering to Fuller by Little, but Reynolds stays alive. Fouled away again. Reynolds protecting. Pitch count climbing for Little. Little's now easily over 40 pitches in total in the game. That'll certainly be the goal for the Spartans. Try to get her fatigued. She is the most effective of the Sailfish starting rotation. Ball 3, runner goes. That slides to the outfield. DiMartino will go now as it rolls away from center fielder. They're going to send DiMartino to the plate. Relay not in time. An error on the stolen base attempt sends DiMartino not to second, not to third, but all the way home. 3-0 Tampa leads. Payoff pitch on the way for Reynolds. Reynolds holds up. That's ball 4. Well, Scott Boswell quickly checked with Christopher Wirt. Wirt said that Reynolds didn't go around. That's a free pass from Little. And Reynolds is now at first base with 2 away for Lauren Fantone. Ball 1, missing outside. Lauren Fantone started the game with an out, sent a ball to deep center field. That's going to be another one sent to center field, but Hetmanek makes the play. So Tampa scores 2 runs on no hits. Russo gets a walk and advances home on a fielder's choice. That fielder's choice puts DiMartino on the base path, and she makes it all the way home on a stolen base attempt after an errant throw slips away from the center fielder. So 3 runs on 1 hit for the Spartans in total. They hold a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, I do. I didn't send him to the same first baseman. Sorry, too. You're better good.
Nevo ready to go with a brand new inning. The Spartans hold on to a 3-0 lead. I'm Taylor Storthy, and the lone hit today was a Kenna Kreidler's solo shot. That's it. That was the only hit in the ball game. Apart from that, Tampa's advanced with a little bit of chaos in the infield, with Russo and DiMartino scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the second. 2-0 count now. Netvo keeps the batter on his shoulder as that changeup winds up in the dirt. So far, Galehouse has thrown 2 shutdown innings, 1 error and 1 strikeout. And that is a base hit for Palm Beach. Netvo starts the inning with a single. 1 on, no one out for the Sailfish. The bunt gets down. Russo throw to first in time. Successful sacrifice from Campbell. 1 on and 1 away now. That puts Netvo in scoring position to bring up Hetmanek. Another bunt. Foul. Looks like they were trying to get the runner to third. It's 0-1. Down to the dirt. Kreidler stays on top of it as it initially slipped away. Make it 1-1. Floated and Caught by Russo. Nice job braving the sun to make the catch. 2 outs now with the runner in scoring position. O'Brien at the plate trying to bring home another run for the Sailfish. They did get a run in the previous game, avoiding a second shutout in a row. That's going to hit 0-2. One more strike, and Gelhaus is out of the inning. Can O'Brien keep the inning going? Up high, no swing. That's going to make the count 1-2. Hit to short. DiMartino can't hold on to it. It slips out of her glove, falls to her feet. Will keep the runner at third, but that puts 2 aboard with 2 away. Second error of the day for the Spartans. Unfortunate for DiMartino. Just wasn't ready for the hop. Here comes O'Brien. Here comes Zimmerman. She's looking for a better outcome as the count goes 1-0. Had a double play on her first pitch of the previous at-bat. This time she'll take outside for ball 1. One and one on the way from Gelhaus. That misses 2-1. Here comes Gelhaus. In the dirt, good block by Kreidler. 3-1 now to Zimmerman. Ebony Rodriguez on deck. Strike 2, the count goes full. And with a tying run at the plate, it's a big payoff pitch for Palm Beach Atlantic. Hit to second. Reynolds gets there, throws on target. Nice fielding from the sophomore, and 2 are stranded on board. Palm Beach get their first hit, but they can't get their first run. Entering the bottom of the third, Spartans lead 3-0. Keister, Kreidler, Gelhaus. That's the 3 due up for the Spartans. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network on a hot and humid day here at the University of Tampa. This is the finale of a home stretch for the Spartans that started all the way back on March 1st. But it's only one road series next weekend before Tampa comes home to take on Florida Southern. That closes out a pretty active month of March for Tampa. And it's ball 1 to open to Lily Keister. That's foul, but hit well on that line drive. Tampa men's baseball currently winning against Palm Beach on the road. It's 8-5 Spartans. And Tampa men's basketball now getting underway against Alabama Huntsville in the NCAA tournament. That's an exciting matchup for Link Darner's side to see if they can make some March magic happen. As the count goes 2-1, both our basketball teams this year have made it to the national championships. But they've got a long way to go to try to be one of the best 64 teams in the nation. Tampa softball would love a win today to try to solidify themselves as the top softball team in the nation. Currently second in the national poll. Good fielding at short, second for the first out. Sibbett makes the grab. Here comes Kenna Kreidler. Last time up, Kenna Kreidler went yard. A solo shot for the sophomore. As the lone hit for the Spartans, and it gave them the first of their 3-run lead. Little has done a good job avoiding Spartan base hits. Can she win the at-bat against Kreidler this time? Strike one. Driven down the left field line. Kreidler was ready for it, but just a tad bit early. 2 strikes now for the Spartans catcher. Little, despite giving a home run up to Kreidler last time, showing no fear. Fly ball, that time not deep enough to be a home run. Hetmanek makes the catch. 2 outs to bring up Mariah Galehouse. Galehouse line drive, caught by Rodriguez. She has made stellar plays all weekend long, and that does not stop here in the bottom of the third. Tampa go down in order. Strong inning for Little as the Spartans hold on to a 3-0 lead. Top of the fourth, ready to begin. Mariah Galehouse has been super strong today, and while she got in a little bit of trouble, got out of the jam. 3 innings, 1 strikeout, 1 hit allowed for Galehouse. She continues lowering her ERA as the Spartans hold on to a 3-run lead. Palm Beach Atlantic are bringing the heart of the order. Rodriguez, Maceda, and Green to the plate. And it's the shortstop who made a good catch against Galehouse to end the previous inning, who is ready to go. Been a great weekend at short on defense for Rodriguez. At the plate, though, she was 0 for 1 earlier today and is 0 for 1 so far. Ball 1. That's going to miss away. Missing. 2-0 now. Gilhouse's last appearance was against Caldwell, as that one's going to be flow to the right field and caught on the run by Joey Trawick, one away. Gilhouse did give up 2 runs. None of them, however, were earned. She hasn't conceded an earned run since a February 15th matchup against St. Leo. That is over 30 innings without an earned run for Mariah Galehouse. And the streak could continue here. Strike 1 right down the middle on that vicious changeup against Meseta. Outside, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Completely fooled her. 2 strikes, 1 away. Can Meseta be retired with Green on deck? Down to the dirt. That should bring the count to 2-2 here. Hit to short. DiMartino, backhanded grab, throw across the diamond, half a second late. What a play, though, by DiMartino. I know it's definitely got to be good for DiMartino to be able to still feel good about making a stop like that, even though Meseta did a great job hustling to beat the throw. That is not an easy play for anyone to make. A perfect throw, a perfect pickup, just half a step late. Tampa's gotten out of this situation before. Ball 1 taken outside. See if Gales can maybe try to coax another double play. Tampa had one earlier today. One and 0. 1-1. Hit up the middle. DiMartino misplayed it. Just slipped past her. That was a double play ball. Tampa will try again. Green gets, I think, what it might count as a base hit for Palm Beach Atlantic. Here comes Little with a chance to give herself some run support. 2 on, 1 away. Popped up, and Fantone makes the running catch. 2 outs now in the inning. A quick out from Galehouse. Strike 1 right down the middle. Galehouse opening the at-bat. Although, I'm not sure if that was called a strike or a ball. I think that was a strike. I would say it looked a little right in the zone. That's going to be floated into the gap and caught on the run by Lauren Fantone. She's got the speed to close those fly balls down. Would have put Palm Beach on the board, but Galehouse escapes the jam. 2 hits, 2 stranded for the Sailfish. Tampa leads 3-0 entering the bottom of the 4th. Russo at the plate to start off the bottom of the fourth. Ball one, missing from Little. Little going to hit 60 pitches in total in this inning. Has done a good job keeping her pitch count lower after having it get a little high in the second inning. Line drive, that'll get down into center field. Diving play by the right fielder gets to it, and Russo slides in safely to second. Rodriguez tried a late tag on Russo as she was standing up. Russo in with a leadoff double. And there will be a pinch runner. Tampa's going to bring on Devin Hammonds to try to make it around the rest of the base path. Spartans get their second hit to bring up Abby Solt. Solt had a home run last night. That was a walk-off in game number 1. Can she bring Devin Hammonds home? No one out. And Tampa's got a runner in scoring position. Ball one. And throw to third. Not in time. Hammond safe. Slide went a little bit wide, but she still makes it to third. A wild pitch brings Hammonds into scoring position. We're scoring that as a stolen base, so kind of 50-50 there, though. It did get away from Maceda at home plate. And that'll miss inside, 2-0. Solt in the driver's seat for this at bat. Ball going up high. Good grab by Maceda as that almost slipped past her. That's going to be taken for strike one. Would have been a walk for Solt, but gets one strike past her as Little does recover. Solt takes that one deep, and while that's going to go all the way to the lacrosse parking lot, that'll be a foul ball. I'd love to see how far that went, though. Surely that goes 300 feet plus. Infield playing in on the full count. Ball four, and Solt will take the free pass. 2 on, no one out for the Spartans. They are looking for a big inning here. Here comes Kate DeSimone. DeSimone was the winning pitcher in game 1. Gave up 1 run in a complete game effort to secure her 6th victory of the season. DeSimone down the line. That will drop for a base hit. It scores 1, and Solt's going to make it to third. An RBI double by Kate DeSimone. Yet another RBI this weekend for the Spartans' lucky number 7. It's not been the perfect day on defense for the freshman, but DiMartino did get an RBI earlier and would love a repeat in this at-bat. But she won't be facing off against Little. It's a call to the bullpen. And for the first time this season, Olivia Zimmerman takes the circle. So Zimmerman will become the 7th arm to pitch for Palm Beach Atlantic this season, making her seasonal debut against the Spartans, the number 2 ranked team in the nation. Certainly no easy feat. We'll be right back with more action on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. Warm-up complete, and the two-way star from high school gets her debut in the circle for Palm Beach Atlantic. Olivia Zimmerman's from Indiana, Pennsylvania. She batted .462 with 17 home runs in high school, and in her senior season had a 171 ERA and 148 strikeouts. She struck out 202 in her freshman year. This is her first time in the circle, though, for the Sailfish. Here's the 1-0. And DiMartino's going to take for strike one. Zimmerman has been active as a batter this season, but this will be her first chance in the circle. Two and one. Good catch by Maceda behind home plate. With no one out and in a little bit of trouble, Palm Beach ultimately decide to go to the bullpen. That most likely means we won't see Little again. She completes 3 innings with 3 earned, 2 strikeouts, wild pitch, good block, runners stay put. That one bounced off the home plate wall to not get all the way away. That's ball 4. Maceda finds it in the dirt. Bases are loaded with no one out. A scary situation for the freshman against Kenzie Reynolds. Heart of the order coming up for the Spartans. And I do include the top of the order as part of the heart of the order. No one out. Dangerous spot for you, Tampa. Ball 1, good take. And that'll put Reynolds ahead. Reynolds started the game with a walk, but I imagine that Zimmerman does not want to give up the free pass this time. Hit up the middle. Zimmerman gets the force at home, throw to first. Throws the first base player off the bag, so a good fielder's choice out at home, 1 away. Base is still full. That is going to bring up Lauren Fantone to the plate. Strike 1. Fantone falls behind. One and one, just missing down low. Some of the Palm Beach fans not too happy about that call. Line drive. That drops and will score 1. Bases remain loaded. An RBI single for Fantone. 5-0 Spartans. Still 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. Lily Keister on the way. Bases full. DeSimone, DiMartino, Reynolds, and Fantone on the base path. And she'll take strike 1 right down the middle. That was a good offering. And, it's good for Zimmerman to open the at-bat after the single with a strike like that. Shows you don't have any fear out there in the circle. And, you could expect a freshman like Zimmerman to be nervous against the number 2 team in the nation, inheriting the bases loaded and no one out. Not a preferred position for a pitcher in their debut. 2 strikes now to Keister. One and two, fastball missing high and inside. Hit on the ground. That's going to stay in fair territory. They get the force out at home. Good reactions by Maceda. Base is still full with 2 away. A little bit of hesitation from both Keister and DiMartino, and even the fielders, if you will. as it looked like it was a foul ball. But no, it's out number 2. Here comes Kenna Kreidler with the bases full. There was not enough time for Maseda to step on home plate for the force out, so she had to make a diving play and does touch the base before DiMartino was safe. So that is out number 2, although Keister is safe by probably 1,000 miles on the fielder's choice. So it's no double play, but crucially, 2 outs preventing the runner from third from making it home in this situation. Hit up the middle. Picked up by Rodriguez. She'll get the force, and the bases are left loaded. Tampa does extend to a 5-0 lead as they force Zimmerman into the game from the bullpen. But a good job by the freshman to limit the damage, giving up just 1 hit out of the bullpen as Tampa could have done a lot worse here in the bottom of the 4th. We're headed to the top of the 5th. So Campbell leads off for Palm Beach Atlantic. I think there might be a defensive change for the Spartans.
New shortstop.
Yeah, looks to be a new shortstop as Kylie Seawick enters the game for U Tampa. 5-0 Spartans lead. Foul 0-1. So DiMartino's day should be done, but she does end it with a walk, getting on board twice today. As the count goes 0-1 for Campbell, as the day for Galehouse is not yet finished in the circle. Fly ball, and that is caught in left field, one away. Lauren Fantone making the catch, as that'll bring up Hetmanek.
Number 4.
First pitch on the way, and it's a pinch hitter in for Hetmanek, the number 4 of Anna Wetsteon. For the season, she's batting .250, and we'll get ahead 2-0 against Mariah Galehouse. Galehouse's pitch count still at about 55 now. This will be her 55th coming right up. And that is foul, landing in foul territory. Two one. Ooh, the classic Galehouse breaking ball. Gets the second strike against Whetstone. Here comes the 2-2. Tipped foul. So we'll go again. Three and two. Here comes the payoff pitch. O'Brien is on deck. Swing and a miss. A Galehouse strikeout. Gets out number 2. And now the top of the order from Palm Beach. O'Brien's gone aboard with 2 errors today. Let's see how she does this time. Strike 1 to O'Brien. A fastball right down the middle, and O'Brien nodded her head. She realized that, yep, that was one I should have swung at. Now here's the 0-1 from Galehouse. Hit to third. Good grab by Russo. Throw is even better, but they called it foul. Can't say I agree with the call, but you know what they say. Can't argue with City Hall. Shout out to Bruce Wozniak for that quote. He was able to cover Tampa's 12-8 victory against Indianapolis earlier today, as Tampa men's lacrosse stays dominant to start 2025, as the count goes 1-2. Meanwhile, Tampa men's basketball is underway against Alabama Huntsville. Tampa had the early lead. That game you can watch live on the NCAA app, I believe, or website, or whatever. That's going to get through, and this time hit to shortstop, but actually a base hit. Splits the gap between Russo and Seaweck. 1 on with 2 away. Zimmerman now at the plate. She's the player in the circle now for Palm Beach Atlantic as the count goes 0-1. Fouled. 0-2 now. One more strike and Galehouse gets out of the jam. That's a ball missing a pie. 1-2 now. Popped up. And Zimmerman does stay alive on the breaking ball, but Seaweck makes the catch ranging to center field, and the side is retired. 1 runner aboard, 1 runner left on base. Galehouse holds on to the 5-0 lead. We're headed to the bottom of the 5th. Zimmerman in the circle, ready to go again. She'll take on Galehouse to start the brand new inning. Galehouse looking for a chance to maybe extend the advantage a little bit more. First pitch on the way. Ball one, and Galehouse ahead 1-0. Infield playing in. I'm not sure if Galehouse was squaring up for a bunt, but I know yesterday she did drop a surprise bunt to start the game with a lead, start an inning with a leadoff single. She'll hit that to third. Picked up by Green, one away. Good grab and good throw. Here comes Alexa Russo with the bases empty. Russo got aboard with a walk and a hit in the fourth inning. Ball one, missing pretty far low. And that'll put Russo ahead in the count. Strike one as the count goes 1-1. That's going to miss. 2-1. That'll put Russo ahead in the count. Hit to second, and that kicks off the cleat of the second base player. Russo stays put. That would have been a very nice soccer pass from Sibbett, but we're playing softball, so that puts Russo on first base. That was a very nice grounder by Russo. Didn't bounce at all. Completely fooling the second base player. Here comes Abby Soltz.
She didn't even try to get down on it.
Fouled back by Soltz. It's 0-1. She is 0 for 1 today as well, with an error and a walk. Inside, 1-1. That fastball just missing the inside part of the zone. Fouled. Very deep down the line. We'll have to pause plays O'Brien as to get to the corner to get to that foul ball. Still one away, and still the Zimmerman slight advantage in the count. That's going to miss outside. 2-1, good take by Abby Soltz. Hit on the middle. Picked up at short. There's one. Not enough time for two. Fielder's choice gets Russo aboard, gets Soltz aboard. Rodriguez and Sibbett combined to get Russo out at second. 2 away, 1 on for DeSimone.
Number 7, Kate DeSimone.
That's going to be hit and picked up at first base. Nepville makes a good grab. Tampa has a base runner stranded after they get aboard. Tampa can't do anything else. 5-0 Spartans lead. We're headed to the top of the 6th. So Rodriguez, Maceda, and Green lead off for Palm Beach Atlantic as we begin the top of the 6th. Hit to second, and that is out number 1. Gales immediately coaxing a ground ball. Palm Beach have 5 outs to find 5 runs. And they are hoping that Maceda has more success. She is 1 for 2 today, having singled back in the 4th inning. Picked up by Russo. 2 away, not wasting any time. Galehouse, 2 outs on just 2 pitches in the inning. That's going to be hit to second. Reynolds gets it. 3-pitch inning for Mariah Galehouse, and she looks absolutely ecstatic for immediately shutting Palm Beach Atlantic down. We're headed to the bottom of the 6th. Last chance for the Spartans to extend their advantage before Last Chance Saloon. Seaweck, Reynolds, Fantone get a chance here in the bottom of the 6th. Tampa have a 5-run lead. They'll be looking to extend the advantage before we enter Last Chance Saloon in the top of the 7th. I'm Taylor Storthy. Welcome back to the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. First pitch, swing and a miss. Zimmerman stays in the circle for Palm Beach Atlantic. Zimmerman opening the inning with a strike. In her first bullpen appearance of her career with the Sailfish, she has looked pretty strong and gets ahead 0-2. Swing and a miss. And Seaweck is out on a strikeout. First of her collegiate career for Olivia Zimmerman. Congratulations. 1 away. Here comes, now at the plate, a pinch hitter, Kelsey Winters. And it gets me thinking that maybe Winters will stay in the game to close the door in the top of the 7th. Or maybe she's just getting a pinch hit appearance. 3 hits on 32 tries. Winters hoping to sort of increase her batting luck in this plate appearance.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Spartans, number 25, Kelsey Winter. Yeah, the guy over there.
Hit up the middle, but foul. Good thing for Winters, she would have been out. It's 0-1.
Oh, she is.
And they do actually call it out. The umpire said foul, and then they didn't keep it foul. That's a call you could definitely call interesting.
What was that? Interference?
Although I wonder if
Number 8, Lauren. So just 2 to you.
the The only explanation would be that they actually called it influence there, or interference there. So it wasn't actually a ground out. It's 2 away, though, so hard to really tell what's going on. Here's the 0-1 to Fantone. Almost hits her, drifting inside. It's 1-1. Hit up the middle. Base hit. Fantone with a single to get the Spartans on the board. 2 away. It'll be tough to keep the offense going. But now Keister and the heart of the Spartans order are coming up. First pitch on the way. Hit on the ground and foul. Picked up at third base, but not in fair territory. 0-1. Oh and 1 now for Lily Keister. Two strikes now. The ball gets away, 1-2 now. As that'll put Fantone in scoring position. A wild pitch, getting by Maceda. The ball gets away, another wild pitch. Fantone makes it to third. That's going to miss down low for ball 4. Keister works a walk to put 2 aboard and 2 away. Here comes Kenna Kreidler. Had a home run early today back in the first inning. Since then, she got aboard in a fielder's choice, but is 1 for 3. Ball 1 taken down low. That'll put Kreidler ahead 1-0.
Come back from bigger. Yes.
Runner goes. Throw to second. Runner going home. Safe. Fantone avoids the out on the double steal. Good slide. A perfectly executed double steal makes it 6-0 Spartans. And that'll miss. 3-0 count to Kenna Kreidler. The stolen base was counted as a ball. That's ball 4. And almost gets away, but Maceda keeps on top of it. 2 on, 2 away from Mariah Galehouse. Galehouse looking for a hit after being held hitless so far. Pop out, line out, ground out. Can she help her cause in the circle a little bit more? Ball 1 missing down low. She'll either be out in right field or in the circle for the final inning, depending if they want Winters to try to close the door. The first base player talking it over quickly with Zimmerman as a pinch runner is added. Watterson in the game. Just adding someone a little bit faster in case of a hit into the gaps. Hits a third, and that is foul. We'll go again on the 1-2. That's a pop-up, and will be caught at second base. Galehouse just gets under it. She'll have a chance to close the door in the bottom of the 6th as Tampa extends to a 6-0 lead. We're headed to the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th. Palm Beach have 3 outs to try to find 6 runs. Little, Netvo, and Campbell ready to go. Little's day in the circle ended early, but she stays active at the plate. She's 0 for 2. Ball 1 missing up high. Fouled away, 1-1. Up high, 2-1. Hit on the ground, and Solt is there for out number 1. Galehouse now on just 73 pitches, 74 actually. Looking for the final 2 outs, Netvo and Campbell headed to the plate. Hits a third. Big throw across the diamond, 2 away. The Tampa infield have been active with a ton of ground balls. There have been 10 groundouts so far to just 7 flyouts. That one might be flyout number 8. That's going to fall in foul territory. Strike one almost won the game right there, as Campbell falls behind 0-1. Had a sacrifice play in the 3rd inning. 0 for 1, though, because she also had a flyout in the 5th inning. Down to their final strike. Tampa with a chance to have another sweep to make it 22 wins in a row and also be 9-0 in conference play. Hit up the middle. Seawex there, and Tampa will do it. A perfect weekend for the Spartans. A 7-inning shutout for Mariah Galehouse. 2 strikeouts, 4 hits allowed. Another complete game shutout for Mariah Galehouse. She's had quite a few this season. That's her 4th of the year on her 8th complete game. And even though she doesn't reach 30 strikeouts, she doesn't mind as Tampa takes win 26. A 10-0 season and just as many starts for Galehouse. The loss is picked up by Riley Little, who falls to 2-3 on the year, as Palm Beach fall to 8-9 in the season. But Palm Beach will be ready next week with a chance to rebound. They'll take on Nova Southeastern at home on Friday. That game will be on the Sunshine State Conference Digital Network. And Tampa will look to continue the winning streak on the road against Embry-Riddle on Daytona Beach. It ends this long home stretch, which has seen Tampa make history with the longest win streak in Spartan softball history. And it is now 22 in a row as Tampa stay dominant in 2025. I'm Taylor Story. There are more Spartan sports that you can watch later today. The second baseball matchup in their doubleheader against Palm Beach Atlantic is coming soon, or that might be coming tomorrow. It is actually today. So either way, we hope to see you then. Tampa baseball will be back on Friday. Tampa softball will be back on next Friday when the Spartans take on Florida Southern in the classic FSU-U-Tampa rivalry match. Final score, Tampa 6, Palm Beach nothing. Spartans 22 wins in a row.